Before we begin, please remember that Bariatric Paths is a podcast for inspiration and support. The information shared here is based on personal experiences and insights from our guests. It is not medical advice and should not replace consultation with healthcare professionals. Always speak with your doctor, surgeon, or dietitian to determine what's best for your unique journey. Now let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Bariatric Paths Podcast, where we keep it real about the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Today we have a special guest, my friend Arriel, who was just days away from getting the gastric sleeve. We're going to be diving into all of the emotions, the excitement, the nerves, and those "what did I just do" moments. We're also going to talk about what to expect, what's normal, and what nobody warns you about. Well, she has the questions, and I have the answers. Also, we're going to tackle the idea of self-care, because sometimes choosing you is the most important thing you can do. Later, we're taking on thirst traps. And yep, you heard me. We're going there. And we're really going to talk about how that confidence after surgery, that looks a little different. We're going to explore all of this and more today on Bariatric Paths. Let's jump right in.
Breathe in, breathe out. Let's fuel your journey.
Welcome to today's Fuel Your Journey segment, where we set the tone with a little motivation and a whole lot of heart. Today, let's talk about something that too many of us struggle with: putting ourselves first. If you've ever felt guilty for prioritizing your needs, hear this loud and clear. Self-care is not selfish. When you decide to take control of your health, whether through surgery or another path, you make a commitment to yourself. And that commitment requires you to show up every single day, not just for others, but for you. Skipping meals to take care of everyone else, that's not medical, friend. That's neglecting your body. Saying yes to everything and everyone, even when you're exhausted, that's draining your energy, not proving your worth. Feeling guilty for taking time to move your body, prep your meals, or just get a nap, that's society talking, not self-love. The truth is, your journey thrives when you put yourself first. You can't plan from an empty cup. You can't take care of your family, do your job, or be present in your relationships if you're running on fumes. So today I challenge you. Schedule time for workouts and treat it like an unbreakable appointment. Make meal prep a priority instead of an afterthought. Set boundaries, because no is a full sentence. And take time to rest when your Bible tells you to. Self-care isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. And putting yourself first isn't selfish. It's essential for living the life you work so hard to create. So how are you prioritizing yourself this week? Let me know in the comments. Or if you haven't joined already, come to our Facebook group, Bariatric Paths, Your Journey, Your Tribe, and join the conversation. I want to have a real discussion about this because it is time to put us first. Take the time to fuel your mind, fuel your body, and fuel your journey, because you are worthy of every step. Remember, your path is yours, but you are not alone. Go out there and crush it. Introduce my guest, Arriel Williams. She is a 31-year-old mother of one, plus a bonus child of one, and a dedicated ultrasound technician. When she's not in the medical field, she's proudly serving as a momager for her young athlete, Ariel is a self proclaimed binge watcher of medical themed sitcoms and a devoted member of the Raging Beehive. And I am a fellow member. Thank you very much. Ariel chose the bariatric journey after being diagnosed with intracranial hypertension and receiving life changing advice. She needed to lose weight to reduce the fluid buildup on her brain. Despite knowing the challenges ahead, she is excited for the future and the opportunities that this life altering journey will bring. She is gearing up for her surgery in just a few days and ready to share her story and build a community of support, encouragement, and fellowship as she navigates this lifelong commitment. So join me in welcoming Ariel. Welcome to Bariatric Paths.
Thank you.
So, how are you? You're in your liquid phase right now?
I am, and I am struggling. And I
It
have been,
gets better, I promise.
I don't know, because I have a friend that works with me, and she's, went through this, and she said, girl, it's going to get better. I'm like, when? Because I'm hangry.
Definitely. That's how I felt. I was like, this isn't fair. You guys are asking me to do this on a regular stomach. I can do the liquid after you cut it down, but a fully functional, full size stomach, and you want me to be on liquids? Ugh.
It's hard. It's hard. It really is.
Okay, well, just go ahead. Let's give here a little background of yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and your journey and how you got here so far.
So, as I said in my bio, I was November of 2023. I had been walking around here with headaches, raging headaches. And I remember sitting at the end of my bed and one morning, getting ready for school, and my partner said, baby, you need to go to the doctor, because I had lost vision on my left side. Could not see very blurry. I said, well, I have a test today, so I'll go after my test. And luckily, my school is on the campus of Emory St. Joseph. So after my test, I walked up to my professor and said, hey, I need you to walk me over to the ED. And he did. He walked me over to the ED. And the first few doctors, they were like, oh, it's just stress. You're in school. But there's this PA. I'm forever indebted to her. She said, well, let me get a CT just to make sure. And she did. And they found fluid buildup on the left side of my brain. Well, at the time, they couldn't find where it was coming from, so they diagnosed me with idiopathic intracranial hypertension. If anybody who's in the medical field knows the idiopathic, I mean, we just don't know. They don't know where it came from. So they diagnosed me, and then I spoke with the neurologist, and he was like, you have to lose weight. He said, if you don't lose weight, it's going to keep happening, and, it can eventually be something serious. So we started the bariatric journey. I started to try to lose it on my own, but the weight wasn't falling off as quickly as they wanted it to fall off. So we started the bariatric journey. We're getting ready for surgery.
So, how was that experience of trying to lose weight without surgery and it not being as successful as you wanted it to be?
It was frustrating because, anybody who knows when you're as heavy as I am, when you start, you see inches. You just lose inches. You don't lose them. We were really trying. We were going to the gym. We were intermediate fasting. We were doing everything. Keto. It was just frustrating. They wanted me to take the shots, but the doctor told me because of how heavy I was and with my diagnosis, the shots really wouldn't benefit me. So they were like, you have to have the surgery. And I was okay. At first I was against it, but after it's like, okay, this is life or death. I was okay with it.
So, how long was it when you finally decided to do the surgery? How many? Was it like a year, month?
It was no, so everything started in November 23, and then it started like in April is when I started the journey. Getting ready for the surgery. You know how insurance is. You gotta go through all these requirements. Yeah, so it was about April.
Okay. Are you comfortable sharing what your weight is right now?
Right now, as of Sunday, when I weighed myself at work, I think I was 324, like 324.9 is what I weighed myself. So
Is that your highest?
it actually is. That's the highest I've ever been.
When you weighed yourself, were you a little shocked at the number? Because I know for me, like as a mom going through life, I didn't even realize my weight. So it was like,
I
wait, what?
was. Because when I first started the bariatric journey, like I was 309. I was like, what did them 15 pounds come from? But we just got out of the holidays and all of that.
So, had you struggled with weight challenges before now? Like just throughout your childhood, growing up? Has it always been an issue?
This is the funny thing about it. When I was in my 20s, my weight was 240. And I used to think I was so fat then. I was like trying to lose weight, all of that. Just like I can't tell you when I got off my weight loss journey. I don't know if
Mm.
when I started school. I don't know if I this is happy way from the relationship. I have no idea.
Just happened. It's just like, whoa, I'm here.
It's laughable, you know. So yeah,
That's funny. So it's interesting how you said that you were really concerned when you were 240 and you thought that was big. Cause
yes,
I've always been a big girl growing up, but I've always felt like at that weight, that was just awful weight. So when I
yeah.
was 300, I was like, oh my gosh. And I got 350 and I'm like, oh my gosh. I just kept getting higher and higher. You don't realize how the weight just grows. Like,
Creep on you, yeah.
do you think that mom life kind of had an impact on your journey and your weight loss?
I definitely think mom life had it because in me trying to help Ziggy with his dreams, you kind of let yourself go. You know, you just be like you're going, you know, you're going from football practice to training to this to that, and you let yourself go. Oh, plus I added a going back to school full time.
How does it feel now making that shift to kind of focus on you a little bit more? Is it easy to balance or is it still a struggle?
It's still a struggle because sometimes I feel selfish. And I
Mhm.
did say in 2025 was my year to be selfish. But when you're so used to doing everything and, you know, being the momager, and now you're taking a step back saying, hey, we're not going to go. You're not going to do this because I have to go and do this or I have to go see it by myself. It makes me feel selfish, but I know he's going to appreciate me getting healthier for him, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's sometimes it's hard to not see self-care as
Mhm.
selfish, but it really is self-care.
Yeah.
Like we're getting to the point where our health is being affected. We want to be there for them. So
Mhm.
it's like we have to just reassess what's important. But you're not selfish. You're doing exactly what you need to do for you and him. So I'm very proud of you for that. Like you're doing it. I'm so happy for you.
Well, but let me say this, Jatoya, you look amazing. You,
Thank you.
you know, I know pre-surgery Jatoya. So to see you now, and I tell me all the time, I'm like, Jatoya look good. I would tell you something, I probably should be saying this. My brother-in-law saw you, he said, Jatoya look good. And I'm like, dude, you're married.
Super, thank you.
I want to tell you, you look amazing. I know you say you're proud of me, but I am proud of you.
You. It's definitely been a journey. And like I said, I've been plus size all my life, bigger all my life, and I honestly didn't have a problem with my weight. So I had to get to the point where I saw that I needed to make a change.
Yeah.
And that kind of took me like he said, having to be a little selfish.
Okay.
Because to me, it's just like I fit in clothes. I didn't have major health issues. So I didn't really even bother to pay attention to me because I had all the youngins and the house and all of that. So it takes a little time to be a selfish, but it's self preservation because, like you said, we got to be here for them when they grow up and see them when they become adults having babies. Oh my gosh.
And part of that reason is no one's going to take care of them like we do. You know,
No one. That is
nobody's.
so true. And it's hard to kind of delegate. But at
Yes.
some point, it's going to be like, okay, Dad, you can take them, and
Yeah.
just let me know what happens.
Yeah.
So, did you do any kind of research before deciding to go with the surgery?
Yes, I did. They threw two of them at me. They threw the sleeve and they threw the bypass.
Which one are you getting?
The sleeve. I'm getting the sleeve. So I did. I had to do a little research. But you know, the bypass is a little bit more in depth than the sleeve. So I went with the sleeve.
Did you have? I know you know me, but did you know any other people who's had surgery that kind of helped you kind of think about it and
Yes,
decision?
I did. I have coworkers, but also my mom had it. My mom went to Mexico though.
Went on down to Mexico.
Went on down to Mexico and had it. She did not do right. She didn't do right. It's okay for me to say that because she knows that she didn't do right. So she was really my blueprint of what not to do.
Mm.
This journey, and she even tells me now. Now that we're a few days away from, she tells me what to do and what not to do. So yeah, my mom was the closest person to me who had the surgery.
Yeah, you can learn just as much from people's failures as you can from their
Yeah.
successes. But I think the biggest thing is everyone is different, even though like she's your mom, how you react to it and how your body responds to it can be completely different. So this is your story, your journey. So you got this. Don't worry about it. What type of myths or misconceptions about bariatric surgery have you encountered?
That it's easy. That this is the easy way out.
Who said that?
It's not. I mean, I will be the first to tell you, even with me doing the liquid diet, like this is hard. This is hard for me to go from eating what I want to eat because I'm really a snacker. I'm not an eater. I eat food, of course, but I'm a snacker. So for me, going from what I'm used to eating to just liquids, it's not easy. So that's a myth that I've heard, like, oh, this is the easy way out. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's a dumb myth. Did you have any type of like last hurrah or food funeral? That's what I call my party.
Yeah, we did. Me and Amin went out to on Valentine's Day weekend. I love crumble cooking. We did. We went to go to crumble cookie. He took me to my favorite brunch spot. It's Copeland's. It's a all you can eat brunch. We did there.
You're from New Orleans, right?
I'm from Louisiana.
Louisiana, yeah. Copeland's is like New Orleans style.
But
Yeah.
that's not our thing. Yeah. So he took me to Copeland and I think that was pretty much it. We got home that Saturday and we just said we had a whole bed full of snacks and we just ate. Well, it was my last hurrah. And also we went to Taco Mac and got the cheap shot. So, be able to do the alcohol. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot. Yep, no alcohol either.
Well, so
I'm finally started back. Honestly, it's been basically like a year, and how you respond to alcohol is very different afterwards. So you'll notice that you're not going to want a shot.
like how is it now with alcohol?
For me, I can have one just mixed cocktail and I'm good. I'm toasty. And that's me just sipping on it over time. I can't just like guzzle it down. So I'm a cheap date now, but definitely can't do no like hard liquors. I found the sugar-free wine at Aldi that I'm so excited about because I love doing like the charcuterie boards with the cheese and stuff. So with that, I'll have the sugar-free wine. But yeah, usually 1 cup and I'm done. And it took me about a year to get to that point. I know I tried it. I snuck it. I know I'm not supposed to, but I think like 6 months. I just tried to see. Girl, I had 2 sips and was laying out. I was just like, Lord, like I felt like I had 3 shots.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you're very shocked at how your body absorbs it and reacts to it. So, and that's also some people they have to be careful for that because that can become they call it transfer addiction. So instead of being addicted to food, they now become addicted to alcohol. So that's why they say you're not supposed to have it before a year and you'll find other stuff to do. It's not that bad though. It's not that bad. What about your support system? I know you talked about Amin and your mom. Like, who's in your bubble getting you ready for this journey?
Amin definitely is. He's my number one supporter right now.
Amin is her boyfriend, you guys. We're talking because we know each other. We're so sorry. But that's her boyfriend or long time boyfriend. But go ahead.
Yeah, so Amin, he's definitely my number one supporter. He kind of keeps me on track. Like this week when I was hangry and I'm like, I'm finna go get a cheeseburger. He's like, no, don't do it. So he's definitely my number one. So I have my sister, I have Amin, my friend, have a few friends that are here that have had the surgery, and my sister who lives in Texas. My mom is more of the don't do this, don't do that type. And I guess that would be your support system too as well. So yeah, I have a great support system. Ziggy will be my support system. He'll be my cheerleader. She's like, Mom, when you have your surgery, I'm gonna be so, I have cheerleaders too.
So did you have to kind of like talk to them about it, like to get them ready for not just I'm having this surgery, but I can't do certain things like eat sugar, so don't bring it to me.
Yeah, I've told them about it. I don't really think it matters with the kids because they're gonna do whatever they want to do. You know how that goes.
It's like as long as I can have the sugar.
Yeah. I don't think it really matters to them. But I mean, he's like, okay, I think he's ready to go on this journey with me because we kind of created our own home little gym thing now going on. And he's gonna say, hey, we need shakes for both of us. So I think he's kind of ready to go on this journey with me.
That's sweet.
I don't think he'll be going full, all in, but I think it'll be like, hey, I got you.
And honestly, just in case, because it happens a lot, the spouse loves to say, I'm going to do it too. And about 3 days in, they like, you got this. You got
And I can see him doing it because he loves his hamburgers. So I can see
exactly.
okay,
Like they're not getting the surgery, so they're not necessarily bound to it. They're just choosing to do it. Like, you know what? I'm to like enjoy this. You're doing great, babe. You're doing great. They love to say that. You look good. You don't be surprised. Yeah, don't be surprised. They're like, oh yeah, you doing it. I was telling a friend like during my liquid diet, my husband had said he was going to do it with me. Lasted a day. He did not get through a day, but one day with the liquid diet, and then the next night he's eating popcorn. And
wow.
I'm just like, you suck, you suck. But that's where it's like you have to go in there, like inside of your why, and realize like I can do
Yeah.
this. It
This
might be a
is
solo journey.
yeah.
But it's your moment, and this is for you. So
Yeah.
that's a big one because they try, and I know they mean well. They
They
mean
do
well,
it.
but like you say, it's hard, and they don't realize it's hard.
Yeah. And like we're gonna be like after our surgery, we're doing it on a different stomach. They still got their stomach. So
You got the regular stomach. So a few bites for us is going to make us feel so full. And they're just like, yeah, I'm going to need a full plate. So what steps are you preparing for your surgery? Not just physically, but mentally.
I'm nervous, I'm very nervous. I'm just nervous. What steps am I taking? Just prayer, I'm a TikTok girly. And I
Mhm.
see other people's journey. And I don't think I have grasped the full of what's getting ready to happen to my body. So I'm just praying, just prayer, and I'm asking everybody, like, if you need, girl, just pray for me. If you could get a prayer through to God now, if you
Be careful. You got praying for you, girl.
just pray for me. So mentally, I'm just praying, just this that God guides me through surgery. I come out in one piece, that He's able to, because I know I see a lot of TikTok girlies, they're like, it's hard. They haven't changed their relationship with food. So they're still sneaking and dibbling, dabbling. And I believe I've changed my relationship with food. I believe I have. And so I'm praying that God gives me the strength to be able to walk through this journey. No, food's not going to go away.
It is not.
So I'm praying that He takes that taste and the desire to want those things that are not good for me and that has gotten me to this place right now. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm doing.
Even afterwards, a year in, your body tends to kind of be healed a little bit. So things that you weren't feeling right after surgery, you start having cravings for again. And it doesn't make you sick. So it's like it's a lifelong battle to kind of make the right choices and, still give yourself grace though, because we're all human. We're all going through this in our own way. And that's one thing, even with the TikTok girlies, like your journey is your way because how you're going to react to the surgery and what's going to work for you might work for them, might not work for them.
Yeah.
So, and don't necessarily feel that you're going to lose 1,500 pounds in 3 weeks because you might only lose 10, but it's 10 more that you didn't lose before the surgery. That's how I see it. Like, as long as you're consistently going down and not going up, you're doing good, even if it's just 1 pound. So just stay encouraged in that way.
I see a lot of people, their weight just plummet.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your story? Because I know I seen you one time, and then when I seen you again, you were another size, and then when I seen you again, you were here. So I was like,
I feel like over time, like you want to say within 6 months, yes, I lost, I think, about 80 pounds the first 6 months. So if you look at it like that, if someone hasn't seen me in a few weeks. When they saw me, I usually did look like a completely different person. But for me, living it daily, it felt like, okay, I only lost a pound. I only lost 2 pounds. So it was like over time, it added up. But each week, I think the most I lost in 1 week was maybe 5 pounds.
Okay.
So it was consistent, but it wasn't like drastic. The most drastic it was actually was during my liquid phase, the pre-op diet. I had lost 15 pounds during my pre-op week from just the liquids alone. But that was the most drastic I experienced.
Okay.
And then afterwards, it was just slow and steady. So that's why I had to kind of like keep encouraging myself, like, as long as it's going down. I mean, even sometimes I plateaued and I wasn't losing any for a couple of weeks. And then I was like starting to freak out, but I just had to keep going step by step, because at the end of the day, once you've made this decision, your body is going to naturally change. You don't have the same stomach. You don't have the same mechanism in your body. So you just got to trust that it's going to do what it needs to do as long as you give it what it needs to give. So hit your goals, drink your water, do your exercise, and just kind of be okay in waiting. Because you'll be amazed at how many times you or so who hasn't seen me in a couple of weeks are like, she looks so different. And I'm like, oh, I do.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear someone notice it because I don't see it. I don't see it on the like day to day. So it takes pictures. I always say take pictures, pictures, pictures.
Yeah.
Before pictures are going to be your best friend afterward. I wish and I'm a picture girly. I have a million and one pictures and I still feel like I didn't take a lot of full body. But
Yeah.
you know, thick girls got that headshot.
The hairstyle, yeah.
That headshot, you know, point. So I had a whole bunch of headshots, but I didn't have a lot of full body. But that's what I needed to really see the change because the mind is a crazy thing. What you see in the mirror sometimes, you may still see that same person you've known a year ago.
Yeah.
Pre-weight. You don't necessarily know the difference or see the difference. And so when I had actual pictures, that's how I was like, okay, we're doing something. But like I think I had to lose, and this sounds so crazy. I think I had to get to like 100 pounds or 120 before it was like the person I saw in the mirror was someone that was different than who like looked like me. But up until then, I didn't see it. Everyone was just like, you look so great. I'm like, I'm glad you think so because you would think like even up to 100 pounds, I'm wearing like 3, 4 sizes down. I was still wearing the same clothes, which makes me wonder, what was I ever wearing clothes that fit? Because how do they still fit 100 pounds later? But it took a minute before I was like, I have to buy clothes. I don't have any clothes. So it's like, those are the things that you're expecting to happen like immediately. When it doesn't, you may feel like what's going on? But just give your body time and grace and kind of, like you say, pray, stay kind of like in tune, because that's what's going to, if you try to keep comparing yourself or trying to like catch up, then you're stressing yourself out even more now. And that's never going to help the situation. So that's my little 2 cents. Hope it helps for anyone out there. But again, everyone is different. So someone else, they probably lost 80 pounds their first 2 months. I don't know. Like everyone does different things. So it just depends. Your biggest challenge so far, is it the liquid diet? Is that your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge so far is the liquid diet. But the biggest challenge I foresee is bread.
Not gonna lie, I still love me some bread.
I'm a bread girl. I am a
I
bread.
still love me some bread.
Yeah.
Yes, the carbs be carving.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I love bread.
Balance and grace. I'm not gonna say cut all bread, but don't eat 3 rolls a day either. But like, that's one thing I had to kind of prepare for is I'm kind of like very all or nothing. So I thought I had to cut everything off. No sugar, no carbs, veggies only.
Yeah.
And it works for a little bit, but it's not realistic. Like it's not a lifestyle that I knew I couldn't sustain. So then it had to kind of be like, okay, how can I eat a little bit of bread, but still hit my protein goals and have like a half a roll? So those are the things like, and it might be easier to digest knowing that it's not a complete no. But yeah, carbs. I'm a carby girl too. Love the bread. Bread, the chips, cookies, Lord hammers. Oh my gosh. Have you made any like lifestyle changes so far to prepare for the surgery? Like for me, I cut sodas before I even did the surgery because I knew that that was something that was going to be kind of tough for me, no sodas. So was it something that you've done like lifestyle wise to get ready for the surgery?
I did stop snacking as much. Didn't cut it off, but I stopped snacking as much. Started trying to learn how to tell myself no. Did I succeed all the time? Absolutely not. So I'm in the healthcare field, and my comfort food is crumble cookie.
Oh gosh, work is the devil for someone who's trying to cut back because they'll have the cookies in the workroom and all the luncheons and
Everyone
it's
about what?
everybody's birthday
Uh,
with the cakes. Like it's awful at work. Y'all gotta have some healthier snacks here. The people that not trying to kill themselves. Like I'm tired of every Christmas party. It's all the cakes and pies, and I'm drinking some water. Get a fruit platter.
Well, it's not but the devil because you're absolutely correct. As soon as you like, I'm not gonna do it. Oh, now I want to buy the whole staff food. Like, bro, you wasn't buying the whole staff food last week. Oh, so
Okay. Now we're doing pizza parties all
now we're doing people are. I work in an emergency room, so my job can be stressful some days. You know, we go from gunshot wounds to kids dying on the table. And I'm an emotional eater. I'm aware of that. So when stuff like that happens and I really can't come home and talk about it because of HIPAA, I deal with it by eating. I go get a crumble cookie or, go get
Very.
something to eat. I did start cutting back. I'm not sure what my new comfort thing would be. They say when you cut something off, you pick up something. This week, I found myself shopping a lot. I have. I was like, I've just been shopping. I had 3 Amazon packages every day. I don't know.
What I will say is because I'm a snacker too, and I'm still a snacker. Like that's just something I have not been able to stop. But what I did was just make sure I had better options. So I have more healthier snacks. I have fruit. You will love like fruit gonna be your best friend, I promise you. Just so it's like I still had those moments where I'm sitting around watching TV, but now instead of cookies, I'm eating, some type of protein bar or something that I know I'm gonna like. So I still try to make sure, like, even though it's healthy, it's something I want. So it might take a little bit to find those things, but once you
Yeah.
find them, you'll buy like a million and one of them. I promise you, because it's like finally something. It's difficult for me because I don't like chocolate, and there's a ton of protein stuff with chocolate. Like most protein products is chocolate based, so it's really hard for me to find non-chocolate protein a lot. So it's like those kind of behaviors are not necessarily going to have to be completely gone. You just have to be mindful when you're doing them, like what you are eating. And that might be an easier step than just saying, no more snacking. So like even at work, when they're having those parties, I now bring a lunchbox. I have my little stuff that I can eat so that I don't feel like I'm just sitting around watching people eat, but can still not mess myself up either. So that might be helpful just to start thinking about after you get through your phases, because you got a couple of phases to go through. How do you feel about that, knowing that this is just like the beginning? You got like another month of no eating.
Well, no. So I'm hearing that we have we still have the liquid diet after, and then
Yes.
the pureed scene,
And
soft foods. Good prayer, and I'm hoping this is my prayer that my stomach be so small I can't eat it. I'm praying that it be like I can't eat it. I'm not really stressed about it because my stomach is not allowing me to eat it. But food isn't going away, and I still, I know people around me still are going to be doing their thing. So I'm gonna take it one day at a time.
what helped for me, just say your body's healing, like, and accept that,
Mhm.
because that's going to help you realize you're not hungry.
Yeah.
It's in your head. Like your body is not, you're not starving. Your body is like, cause it's literally, it's going to go through something very drastic and it has to heal from it. So
Yeah.
you are wanting that chicken wing. Your body is not but some people think like your body is not craving it. You are not hungry. If you are drinking your proteins, you're doing all that you need to do for it. I found it was easier, actually, the liquid and all of that for me was easier after the surgery.
Yes.
Because like I said, I'm healing. You're gonna be having gas, so you have to like walk a lot to get rid of the gas and stuff. It was so much other stuff that I was focused on that it really didn't phase me as much to be on the liquids. Like I felt like honestly, those weeks went by fast to me.
Yeah.
Like they were just like, "Oh, you can have puree," and I'm like, "Already?" Because I really didn't want it yet. I was like, "Okay," like so I wasn't really feeling it.
So what did you eat on your puree diet? What did you eat?
So now this is one thing that was crazy for me. Since this surgery, I don't like eggs. Like I can handle them a little bit right now, a year out, but especially right after the surgery, I could not stand eggs. And that was one of the things that I thought I was going to be able to eat like a bunch during that like soft food phase. So when I realized I couldn't handle egg, I was just like, what I'm gonna do. But I end up doing like tuna salad, fruit, applesauce. There's a like a ricotta cheese bake recipe. It tastes basically like lasagna without the noodles and meat, but it was a good dinner.
Okay.
So, but again, I was at the point where I was still trying to force myself to really eat.
Yeah.
So I was still just drinking my protein shakes, getting my water. I did that the most than actually eating. And I don't know, maybe it was a mental thing for me that I was a little scared to eat, kind of, because, you know, was worried if everything was healed and all of that. Because again, it just seemed like it was going way too fast. Like, because also I went back to work within like 2 weeks and then the kids. So, like, life was still life and going on. So once you get in the groove of everything, you just kind of forget what happens.
Yeah.
But sugar-free popsicles, your best friend, your best friend. What is your biggest fears going into surgery?
My biggest fear is surgery because I've been in a million surgeries. So I know what happens in surgery.
As a professional.
Yeah, as a professional.
Okay. So to say, how many surgeries you done had?
Yeah, I was like, I've been in millions of surgeries. So I see the ugly parts of surgery. And maybe because I am a professional and I do see the ugly, the downside and you know what happens to people when they're not so much about the doctors are doing anything, but I see how vulnerable their body is.
Yeah. Just laying there.
Just laying there. So I have a fear surgery. Like when I went and got my endoscopy, I was fine until they got ready to wheel me to the back. And I started to hyper and to like start crying and whatnot. And it was a nice little Jamaican nurse. I remember her because she started kind of singing to me and telling me about her country. So I remember this. Another fear is, you know how some people have the surgery and they look like they have the surgery. Does that exist?
Yeah, they look like sunken.
Yeah,
A little sick. Like a little sick. Just a little sick. I was worried too about that. I love my plump cheeks and their round face. And I was just like, what am I going to look like
that's me.
without that?
Like what? And I have curves, you know. So people who know, like really,
We're curvy.
you're curvy women. That's my fear. That's another fear that's been unlocked. Is actually looking like I had the surgery. So you know, and I have a friend that his wife had it, and he's like, "Yeah, my wife lost all her womanly features," and I'm like, "Why just say that?"
Yeah, like not cool. But that's the thing. Like for me, I knew I was going to lose weight. Like I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about losing too much weight. Yeah. And when I want to stop, not being able to stop.
Yeah.
So that is something, honestly, I'm still working on because I'm at 216.
Okay.
And I said I was going to be done at 250.
Well,
I think that was me being hopeful that,
yeah.
you know, I didn't realize how successful I was going to be. So then once I got to like 240 or 230, I was like, okay, we good. And now I'm 216 and I'm like, I get under 200 pounds. I don't know what I'm going to look like. Like I'm
You're
scared.
gonna be different Wonderland. I go to Wonderland, as they say.
Wonderland looks different on me. So yeah, that's like I definitely that could be a fear. I definitely understand, but you'll be fine, and we're looking good together, wearing our bikinis. So, what are some goals you have for yourself post surgery?
So post surgery, I actually want to stop at like 100. Not 100, I'm sorry, 199.
So you want Wonderland?
I want Wonderland. Right, as I said, Monday when I weighed myself, I was 324. So that'd be like 130, rounding up 30 pounds. Going to Wonderland is my goal. Making this a lifestyle change and not just a surgery, one off. Because surgery, what people don't understand is that this surgery is not a one stop shop, like one off.
It's not. And you're not done after the surgery. Like it's just beginning. The hard work is after the surgery, really.
Yeah. I want to make one of my goals is to make this a lifestyle change, you know, consistently being healthy, watching what I eat, watching what I put in my body, exercising, you know. So those are my goals.
Do you have any activities or adventures that you'll be excited to experience once you lost weight?
This is probably why I don't like ride rides at the fair because maybe I'm a little traumatized. So one time I went to the fair and I got on this ride with Ziggy, and because my thighs was so big, little thing that comes down, it went
Mm-hmm.
and I had to take the walk of shame and let this guy come and ride with my baby. So, I'm gonna get back on that ride. Yeah.
Honestly, that was my proudest non-scale victory
Mhm.
when I was able to take Jameer to Six Flags.
Oh,
I was so happy, and we got to ride any ride he wanted to ride. Like it wasn't just, oh, let me see if I can fit, or we rode everything and I fit everything. And that was the most, because he was so happy.
yeah.
And I was like really proud to be able to have that moment with him to like have fun with. It was just me and him because he's the only one that like roller coasters. So
Yeah.
we were the only ones that went. But it was a really nice day. Like that was probably like my favorite non-scale victory so far.
And
So
my other non-scale victory, I like how you put it, is crossing my legs. Not at the ankle, at the knee.
girl, cross them all day. They cross right now. Like when you can cross them underneath the desk, you doing it. Like
My other non-scale victory is when I get to cross my legs, especially, me being a momager. And I'm always
yeah.
sporting events and whatnot, me being able to, and the camera, they're doing, cameras and stuff, they're always on us. Being able to cross my legs for the camera.
And see, this is why I love that I'm doing this podcast because I'm hearing everyone's stories, but it's like we still share some things because that was something that like I hated that I couldn't cross my legs without like lifting the thigh and hold like
Don't change cross them for that long because you be crossing there and the sides be so big. So it's,
and then all this stuff and you ain't gonna be able to get up afterwards.
I'm gonna send you a picture too when I'm able to cross them legs.
Yes, we're gonna be crossing them together. If you could give any advice to other young mothers just around weight loss, extreme weight loss, surgery, like what advice would you give them?
I would say take care of yourself. I would say enjoy your journey. Take this journey one day at a time. And it's not selfish to go through this journey because, like we said early in this video, nobody's gonna take care of your babies like you.
Mm-hmm.
They only get one mom. So you got to be selfish and you have to take this journey for them. For you too, but for them. That's one of my motivations because, I know he's going places in the sports realm and I want to be around for it. Cause I've invested a lot in this. So I want to be around to watch him do everything that he set out to be. So enjoy your journey and do this not only for you, but for your kids because nobody's going to take care of them like you will. That's my advice.
Love it. That's so true. You don't realize it while you're doing it. You're just a mom.
Yeah.
And then you look and like, wait a minute, I've done nothing for myself. And I mean, I think that's a testament though that we're some bomb ass
Yeah,
moms, but we also gotta be some bomb ass chicks.
yeah, we gotta know when to take the head off and say, you know what, I'm not mom, I'm Ariel,
Yeah.
I'm Latoya, and I'm doing
Yeah.
this for me. I think one of my proudest moments is two proudest moments is when I'm able to go through this journey as you can see, dang, my mama did it. And also when I walk across stage in June. So those are my moments that I want him to be like, my mom did this. And when it's all said and done, I want him to be like, my mom was a bad chick. She was a hard worker and she did a lot for me.
Mm-hmm. Cause they'll remember that you doing it for them too.
Yeah.
Like even if you feel like it's selfish, they see it as like my mom did this for both of us. So I definitely agree. Thank you so much, Ariel. Is there any way that we can reach out to you, see you, social media, anything you want to share?
Yes, they can. If you want to follow my journey, you can follow me on Ariel the Sonographer, Ariel_the Sonographer on IG. So
And I'll make sure to put that in the show notes. Thank you again. This was awesome.
And it's time for my journey, my business.
Right. It's time for My Journey, My Business, where we share real stories from real people who are owning their path. No judgment, just keeping it real. Let's hear from our guest, Ariel, sharing her truth about her journey. All right. So one last thing at the end of every episode, we have a my journey, my business moment where you basically just share something that you are doing in your weight loss journey that might not be according to the status quo or the rule book, but it's something you do for you because it's your business and it's your journey. So what do you have that is a my journey, my business moment?
My journey, my business. So I'm still new, but what I did do, it's probably corny. This week I was, I've been on a water diet. I have been eating ice and thinking that it was a chicken wing.
That is your business. That is a beautiful one. I love that one. Yes. So like, hey, chicken wing, ice cubes.
Great
Loving
chicken
it.
wing. Oh my gosh, I needed some crunch. I needed to eat something. So that's, my journey, my business. And that's probably something I'm going to take into, post op. So yeah.
This is another one that I do when, especially early on, I would take celery and put buffalo sauce and ranch, and it would taste like you know how you would have hot wings, but it was celery. It's our business.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
my business.
My journey, my business.
We doing it. We doing it. Now, let me tell you, the mind is a powerful thing, and sometimes we have to trick it to keep going. And are we being a little delulu? Maybe. That's our business. Okay. So now let's read a comment from a recent listener. And let me say, I am loving that we are getting these entries. It's so much fun to read them. And if you have a My Journey, My Business that you would like to share, go to bariatricpaths.com and complete the submission form. So this one is from Yolanda. She says, just really, rest yourself. I'm addicted to thirst traps. I lost 120 pounds and I cannot stop taking pictures. My sister called me out and said, girl, you're doing too much. But honestly, I can't stop. And you know what? I'm not even sorry. I spent years hiding and avoiding pictures and feeling invisible. Now I'm front and center, and y'all gonna deal. My journey, my business. Well, first of all, let's give it up for the level of energy, okay? Snaps all the way around. Yes, ma'am. You better love yourself. Confidence should never come with an apology. If you work for it, own it, okay? But let's just talk real quick about some balance. There's a difference between celebrating yourself and looking for a validation of that celebration. So just if you're feeling yourself, honey, post that picture, serve that look, be the main character because you look good, honey. But with after you post, you are looking and searching for those likes and comments to feel good about the post. You're gonna have a little chat. Just sit down one on one with us, okay? But for real, my overall advice is if the camera says you look good, that is enough. You look good. Okay? Now, Yolanda, I love this confidence. Keep snapping those pictures, keep loving yourself, and most importantly, keep doing you. All right, you guys, that is a wrap for today's episode. I hope you are feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to keep pushing forward on your journey. Whether you're just starting out, navigating the ups and downs, or thriving in your new lifestyle, we're here to support each other every step of the way. Remember, your path is yours, and you are not alone. Bye. Thank you for tuning into Bariatric Paths. If you found today's episode inspiring or helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit. Stay connected with us at bariatricpaths.com, where you'll find resources, updates, and all the details about our annual conference happening this fall in Atlanta, Georgia. It's your chance to connect, learn, and celebrate your journey alongside an incredible community. Join the conversation with our Facebook group, Bariatric Paths, Your Journey, Your Tribe, and follow us on all social media at Bariatric Paths for daily support and inspiration. Your journey is unique, and we're here every step of the way. Bariatric Paths, your journey, your way. The views and stories shared on Bariatric Paths Podcast are for informational purposes only and not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have specific health concerns, please contact your healthcare provider. Your journey is unique. Make decisions that are right for you. See you next time.